Hello, good afternoon, everyone who all are joining in and who may join later in the event today. This is your host, Himanshi Kaushik, and I heartily and sincerely welcome everyone who all are joining here. So today we have gathered here for a special webinar on future technology evolving with UX and designs. And I hope that you all are as excited as I am to attend this webinar and safe at wherever you're taking this webinar from. So before we move on and learn a lot more about the technology that are there in the today's time, we have our expert here with us. So I shall introduce you to our expert. We have Mr. Abhijit Singh, a Chief Academic Officer, Imagine XP, here with us. Mr. Abhijit Singh is a seasoned academician with 16 years of experience, spearheads the curriculum and academic delivery of industry-focused degree programs in UX design and future skills at Imagine XP. Furthermore, he also plays an essential role in university alliances, relations, and partnerships as well. So, sir, I welcome you in the webinar.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. It's always a pleasure to be part of LPU's webinars.
Right. The pleasure is all ours, sir. And along with this, I take a moment to introduce our second expert here who's with us, Mr. Pushpendra Kumar, sir. He is an HOD of System Programming Domain at School of Computer Science and Engineering in lovely Professional University. He is a member of International Association of Engineers, that is IAENG, and European Alliance of Innovation, Institute of Engineering and Technology. And not only this, he's also a member of lifetime member of Indian Science Congress Association as well. So, sir, I heartily welcome you in the webinar here. And
Thank you,
with
Himanshi.
this, I would like you to please take over the screen, sir, and carry on with the session.
Thank you, Himanshi. Thank you. So I would like to welcome all the participants today. This webinar is going to be very informative and very useful for the participants, whosoever is connected here. So I congratulate that you are at the right place. These technologies and nowadays a number of things are coming with the blend of AI or ML, or there are different terms are coming. UI and UX, one of the prominent term which you need to be aware of. So today we will explore the fascinating intersection between the emerging technologies and user experience and how they shape the landscape of our digital future. As technology continues to advance at an unprecedented pace, it becomes crucial for us to understand how user experience design plays a pivotal role in shaping the ways of interact with these innovations. So from artificial intelligence, virtual reality, to augmented reality and blockchain, we will delve into the informative potential of these technologies and their profound impact on user interface or user experience. So here we have with us Mr. Abhijit, Chief Academic Officer from Imagine XP. He is having a great experience in this particular field. He has trained thousands of students. They are already having the successful careers. They are having packages like 10, 20 or 30 lakhs around. So today you are going to have a very clear-cut vision or the information about the scope of the UI or UX, how a computer science engineer can be progressive in this particular field, how you can plan your career. So without further ado, I would like to invite the Mr. Abhijit to throw some light on this, how our participants can plan their career in this particular field.
Great. Thank you so much, Pushpendra sir. And it's always a pleasure, like I said, to be part of LPU's webinars. Good afternoon, one and all, especially the attendees. I can see a few names: Aryan, Harsha, Jan Mohammed, Kaushik, and Raj Narayan. It's good to have you this afternoon here. And I'm sure at the end of the seminar, we'll be able to gain some knowledge on what something is known as user experience design or UX design. I want each one of you to be a little active on chat and say a quick hello there. And I might be asking you some questions to make it interactive. I want your responses on the chat box. Is that okay? Everybody's in? I need responses in the chat box. Great. Thanks, Aryan. Thanks, Raj. Thank you, Harsha. Thanks, Jan Mohammed. That's it. Okay. To begin with, first, I would like to know from you if you have ever heard of this term, user experience design. What do you know about UX? Any idea? Whatever comes in your mind, don't Google it. But please reciprocate and tell me if you have heard of UX design, or if you can let me know the meaning of these two words, user and experience. Quickly, quickly. No one wants to try? Okay,
Yes.
before we define UX, let's have a look at this video. I would request everyone to please observe this video. Okay, Harsha says making website visible to user. Great, Harsha. Of course, website is just one such product which should be actually usable or feasible to a user. And that's part of UX design. Very well said. Aryan says user experience basically refers to how a user interact with and experience a product. Very good, Aryan. And that's a very generic and a very decent, simple explanation definition, which says, of course, user experience is how a user, we all are users, and how do we interact with a product or maybe a service, or how do we experience something good or bad about any product or service. So when I say a product, it can be anything. It can be this coffee mug, this can be a mouse, this can be a mobile phone, it can also be a chair where I'm sitting right now, or the table where which I'm using right now. I hope all of you agree. But the question is, again, of course, the most important question is कि computer science or technology वाले लोगों को आप coffee mug या chair के product के बारे में क्यों बात कर रहे हो? Why are we talking about that? To answer that, let's first have a look at the video. I want everyone to please minutely observe every frame of this video. This talks about a normal lifestyle of a common man who's a working professional. And there are a lot of things that technology is taking over in the lifestyles of a common man. Not necessary that every common man will understand nuances of technology, AI, ML, data sciences, or AR, VR, but everybody is using it. So have a look at it. I want you to observe and tell me at the end of the video, where were those points where you felt that the experience, user experience was amazing? Is it clear? Let's start the video. Please observe it.
Benaderen die Randstein Deelpakkie Zone skerp. Uw aandag alsjeblieft. Welcome to Johannesburg International Airport. Please approach the road to create your pickup zone.
Okay, so how was it? John says that according to me, it is the world of 2035, which means just few years. Okay, now I asked a question to all of you. Please let me know all those touch points where you saw that the user experience and technology was amazing. Quickly, guys, we have some other members also who have joined. Aditi, Vivek, hi, K. Govind Raju. I'm still waiting for the answers, guys. Nobody wants to answer? Aryan says, I've got an idea that it's the responsibility of a UX designer to make a product easy to understand and convenient to interact with by the customer, and designer and developer has to work together to make a better experience. Superb, Aryan, very right. Raj says that user experience might be how the user interacts with the product and improving it to reach the user satisfaction. Now, of course, first, very important, by what Aryan and by what Raj are saying, it is very important to understand that it is about uh, digital products and services. Just a second, guys. So it is about digital products and services, and hence computer science engineers, when they learn the nuances of UX design, the processes of digital design, then they become the best package of a designer and a developer club together. Yes, Harsha, the future mobile technology is too good, and people like you are going to be responsible to make it better for the customers and users as the technology increases. So, if you remember the video, starting from wearing those smart glasses when the women entered the airport and she wore those smart glasses, right? We have been using this technology in Google Lens. I hope everybody agrees. Google Lens, जब आप open करते हैं and when you hover over it at a place जहां पर कुछ, let's say, Chinese में लिखा होगा, Japanese में लिखा होगा, when you hover over it, it gets converted into English or your language, maybe Hindi or Gujarati, right? The translation. And hence, these are technologies which are already there, or they are actually in the process of research and development. But what happens after the development of a technology? It is the responsibility of a UX designer to ensure that the people, even with zero knowledge of technology and coding and research, they can still use it. That's the reason why people are using Paytm even when they are uneducated. That's the reason why somebody is able to shop on Amazon even when they are uneducated. This is the reason. The design and development, when they are clubbed together, the future is all yours, right? So, of course, to learn UX design, we actually need to understand from our surroundings what is a good design or a bad design. Of course, what you see on the left is one of the best or the worst example of a bad design. Something produced on a piece of a paper, but when implemented is of no use, right? So What I'm trying to tell you through this, through these images, through these video, what I'm trying to tell you is that design is not just the look and feel, or design is not just about art and craft or color or senses, but it is actually how things work. Design is a process which solves problems. When technology is integrated with design, the digital products and services that are produced, these are the jobs of a UX developer, of a UX designer who understands the nuances of technology and coding and algorithm, but at the same time understands the processes of UX design, right? So just to let you know how design affects our life, हमारी जो डे टू डे लाइफस्टाइल है उसको डिजाइन कैसे इम्पैक्ट करता है. Here is one example, and this is my question to all of you. How are the two ketchup bottles different? Or if I may ask, which bottle do you think is better to use? Bottle number 1 on the left or bottle number 2 on the right? Please write down your answers in the chat box quickly. Which bottle is better? Bottle number 1 on the left or bottle number 2 on the right? Think about it and then give the answer. Okay, so K. Govind, Jan Muhammad, Harsha Vardhan, Raj Narayan, they all say bottle number 2. Bibek says bottle 1. Aditi says bottle 1. Now, all those, okay, Aryan says the second bottle is better as it is more convenient to use with the cap on the bottom side. It will be easy for us to squeeze the ketchup. And John, of course, says because of convenience. Okay, great. Let me tell you, those who say bottle number 2, of course, the answer is right. But it's not that bottle number 1 is bad or wrong. The only thing is, when you go and do surveys with users, the end customers, 90% of them say that bottle number 2 is better than bottle number 1. Let us understand why. The bare minimum usability of a ketchup bottle is that ketchup can be poured with ease. Please understand. The bare minimum work, जो मतलब सबसे छोटा और जरूरी काम एक केचप बॉटल का यही है कि केचप आराम से निकल जाए. So people face a lot of difficulty where bottle number 1 fails the bare minimum work that is required from this design. It is made up of glass material. It is heavy. It can break easily. And I hope you know, whenever the ketchup is left half of the bottle or 1/4 of the bottle, you have to thump hard on the back of the bottle so that the ketchup squeezes or ketchup comes out, or you have to mix water so that you can use the ketchup at the end of the bottle. But for the bottle on the right, which is made up of a good plastic, the bottle lid, as said by Aryan, the bottle lid is upside down and hence it becomes easy to squeeze the ketchup. Now, wondering why are we talking about a ketchup bottle? We all are going to be computer science engineers and UX designers. But why are we talking about ketchup bottle? Because this is one of the examples to show you that usability is the most important thing, even in technology, right? And hence, the best definition of UX design, I want each one of you to note this. This design is a process of enhancing user satisfaction with a product or a service, especially by a digital, in our case, it is about digital product and service to improve three most important things: the usability, accessibility, and desirability, which is provided in the interaction with the product. Usability means at least that product should be usable. So if you are not able to transfer money through Paytm, if you are not able to book tickets through Make My Trip or Book My Show, if you are not able to book hotel through Go Ibibo, if you are not able to order food through Zomato, तो उनका जो सबसे basic काम है, the minimum requirement, usability crashes there. The next important point is that these products, digital products and services, are accessible to every part of the society, every segment of the society. Do you think a digital technology or a product can only survive if it is to be operated only in the cities of Mumbai, Delhi, or amongst the educated? No, it has to go into the hands of a common man, any gender, any persona, any background, any demography, any part of the country or the world, any language that they speak, they should be able to access these products and services. How easy the interaction flow is. जब आप Amazon पे शॉपिंग करते हो, कितना इजीली आप एक प्रोडक्ट से दूसरे प्रोडक्ट पे, एक पेज से दूसरे प्रोडक्ट पे जाके चेकआउट तक अपना बिल पे करके और वो ऑर्डर कर सकते हो, is known as accessibility. So as computer science engineers with the nuances of UX design, if you know and learn how to do it, bang on, the future is yours. And third most important part is, can I become the repeat customer? So the desirability, the desire to use that service again and again. कि जब मैं एक बार पेटीएम या गूगल पे पे अपना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का बिल नंबर रजिस्टर कर लेता हूं, तो हर बार मुझे करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. गूगल पे गिव्स मी अ रिमाइंडर दैट योर बिल इज ड्यू, एंड दैट गिव्स मी अ डिजायर टू यूज गूगल पे. The scratch cards, the offers, the cashbacks, the discounts, all are these things of desirability. You go and ask your parents कि जब वो छोटे थे, when there was no digital payment and they used to go and buy toffee or chocolate, कभी ऐसा हुआ है that a retail store owner जो किराने की दुकान है, उनसे हमने 10 रुपए की चॉकलेट ली और वो हमें चॉकलेट के साथ 2 रुपए वापस कैशबैक देता था? कभी ऐसा सुना है आपने? Have you heard of it? But when you use these digital payments and services, there are chances that today you get cashback, even a 2 rupee or a 1 rupee cashback when you do even a small payment of 10 rupees. This is the disruption of technology and design together. So we need to understand that as designers and technology experts of tomorrow, we will make life simpler by accessing to book movie tickets online without any hassle, or to watch our favorite content on a Netflix, or order our favorite meal on Zomato, using an Amazon or a Flipkart to make sure that our lifestyle is in place. These are all the works of how user experience and user interface designers and developers are working. As we move into the future, people 4 years down the line, जब आप graduate होके निकलेंगे, people are already talking about metaverse. People are talking about virtual 3D worlds and interaction. Who's going to ensure that it becomes a common? जैसे आज इस Zoom के ऊपर आप और मैं अलग-अलग शहरों में बैठ के we are able to interact, right? This was not possible 10 years back, but today every one of us is educated to use a Zoom. Think of tomorrow when Zoom is going to become a 3D, maybe Zoom is going to be launched in a 3D world. Who's going to ensure that it goes into the common hand of a man? Only the UX developers like you are going to ensure that. So smart wearables to smart shopping experiences, to everyday appliances and gadgets of your life is something which UX design covers. And then, of course, the gestures, the voice, the variables are the future. Today, people are saying that instead of typing, why can't I use my voice? Right? Instead of again tapping on the screen 10 times, why can't I use just the gestures to do the work? And then when I have my smart wearables, why do I need to carry this phone every time when half of my smart wearables can help me do my tasks? So these devices, these processes are becoming smarter by UX design processes. And hence, we are able to implement all the technologies from AI to IoT to augmented reality to virtual reality. You all are going to study how the nuances of these technologies can actually change the nuances of UX design and can change the lifestyles of people. Fintech, a big industry, and is here to stay, where digital currency and digital banking, where people are talking about that you don't have to go and stand in bank queues. All your work can be done through these digital applications. We don't have to go to the campus, of course, right now for the webinar. But of course, when you go for your classes, you have to go to the campus. But for a webinar, I don't have to go to LPU campus. LPU can connect me and all of you on this platform. So, like I said, the translation or the hotel check-in, which happened so very well virtually, to a smart refrigerator which this father was operating at home. Please understand that a day-to-day lifestyle of a common man will be impacted by smart products, digital products and services, which as UX design plus developer can do, which people like you will become in the future. Korea had this first virtual store. Now Tesco in London is doing another store where, since because you are moving out, you can go out in a mall, but the shopping experience is virtual. You do it with you hover over your mobile phone over these products and they get into your cart and you pay the bill through your, cash points or through your digital payments, and the grocery comes to your home. This is what Amazon is coming up with in a country like India. It is not only about using the Amazon app. I hope you know Amazon is recruiting masses in a country like India. And the reason is this, that they want to open stores in India which are a blend of physical and digital. And they are not only concentrating on bigger cities, they are also coming up to the rural areas through Amazon Easy, where if you are not able to shop online, you come to our store, we will educate you how to shop online and we will help you buy your products and services. Fashion, of course, we all have been using applications like Myntra. Go home today and think about कि आज से 10 साल बाद Myntra, the fashion application, how will it change the entire shopping experience, apparel shopping experience of yours? Think about those ideas, write down those ideas, Google about it, and you'll see that people like Myntra, Tata Clicks, and Ajio are already in the process of coming up with things like virtual mirror, where you can try the apparel on yourself. The screen which you see here, you can actually try apparel on your own self in your mobile phone. Or, of course, in real estate and interior decoration, there are a lot of mobile applications today. What happens tomorrow when actually the HoloLenses or the Google Glass is coming up? How does the interior look like of a home, or how do I buy real estate? The concept is actually changing. Like I already said, fintech is here to stay. People are talking about 100% digital banks in next 10 years, which means there are going to be neobanks. Neobanks is something are those banks which will not have even a single physical branch and will operate only through mobile application. Paytm is one example. There is a small ad I want to show you, a very classic example of UX design. Please have a look at it and enjoy.
Eating out after so long. Such fun. Hai na, Papa?
Always. Your bill, sir. What's my pin, yaar?
फिर से पिन भूल गई? Wait, I've got cash.
बैग है या ब्लैक होल? हाँ?
उफ, लगता है कैश घर पे भूल गई.
Relax, Mom. It's on me.
पर पे कैसे किया?
मेरे नए पेमेंट वॉच से.
Introducing Titan Pay, India's first payment-enabled watch in partnership with YONO SBI.
Before going to the course structure, why I showed this funny advertisement to all of you, I was really taken to a spellbound. I was really thrilled to see a bank like SBI, जिसको हम इतना सरकारी बैंक और वो सब बोलते हैं, and of course Titan company. कौन सोच सकता है कि they can collaborate on a digital product, a payment watch. This is so surprising. So what I'm trying to tell you is that in the future, people like you, professionals like you, are going to be responsible to think of creative ideas, products and services which can become part of a common man's lifestyle. And how are we going to ensure that? Along with your regular BTech computer science curriculum, you will be taught all the nuances and subjects related to UX, UI, Photoshop, Illustrator, Figma. We will explain you how do you create a user persona to understand the needs of a user. How do you empathize with the user to understand the problems of a user? How do you then actually make a customer journey map through which you identify कि कहाँ उनको digital products or services की ज़रूरत है? Then of course prototyping, doing the animation which is required, dry running the entire process on a user feedback. And then of course we will ensure that you do live projects with international and national experts. We help you understand the nuances of future digital businesses and how do you implement all the technologies which are relevant. This is how we do usually with the students. There are guest sessions from mentors from across the globe. Then there are certified live projects provided to the students with experts. Of course, master classes by industry experts to make you understand what exactly is happening across the globe when it comes to design and technology. These are few of the students. Once they pursue these programs, they have been working with companies like a Tata Clicks or a Deloitte or Adani. And the good part is you talk about any industry, everybody is looking for a UX designer because every business is becoming tech enabled. The average salary packages, these figures are very common. You can figure it out on the internet as well. 7 lakhs, 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs is a very common package for a UX design. I would request you guys to go do your research over LinkedIn, see the chief digital officers or chief design officers of organizations, see what are they doing, how are they, what is their history, what projects are they working on, get connected with them, and then of course you will see a plethora of opportunities. A cycle of the success cycle of our UX designers. You start with a junior designer into interaction or visual, you become senior, you become lead of the team, you become a manager to a UX head, and you can go up till UX design officers. These are the companies, and companies from all backgrounds to IT, ITES, consulting, banking, holiday experiences, retail experiences. Everybody is looking for a UX designer. So that's all from my side. I would be really happy to answer your questions. Please float your questions in the chat box.
Right. Sir, thank you so much, first of all, for giving this yet again insightful and informative presentation. And I would like to ask everyone, every participant, if you have any thought, any query, any question, you can post in the chat box or Q&A box, or at the end, you can just raise your hand so that we can allow you to talk to our expert. And before that, sir, we have some of the questions from our registrants here. So can I?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, this is very common question that always comes. So again, this has come is what skills and competencies that are essential for one to be a UX designer? I think there is some internet lag, participants, and meanwhile, sir, am I audible now?
Yes, yes, you are.
No, sir, you're not audible. So you're not
Avanti?
audible, sir.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah.
Now.
Sorry.
Right.
Yes.
So okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so the question was what skills and competencies that are essential for one to be a UX designer?
Okay, perfect question. I would say that a creative bent, and when I say this, that doesn't mean that you have to be an artist or a designer,
Yeah.
but a creative bent and innovative thoughts. आप वैसे भी अगर बीटेक करने आ रहे हैं, so I'm sure you have that skill already in your mind, where you know the technology nuances, or you probably want to become innovative. So if you know how innovation takes place, it is easy for you to become a UX designer, because creativity, when I say creativity, it means कि आप किसी भी टेक्नोलॉजी को कैसे एक कॉमन मैन की लाइफ के अंदर इंप्लीमेंट कर सकते हो. दैट इज व्हाट इज creativity these days. Creativity is not limited to art and craft, right? And hence a creative bent and an innovative mind is the only thing which is required.
And sir, just extending this question, supposedly one has done maybe his education, her education. Let's suppose somebody has done BSc and masters, right? So how that one person can come into this domain of UX design? Like what all?
So somebody who's already a graduate can do masters in UX design. It's a 2 years degree, very innovative degree. Usually in such master's degree, they make you study for 1 year, and the entire second year is at the industry, so that you can actually learn at the job.
So basically, they do not need any prerequisite with them.
No. I said only 2 things: be innovative and have a creative bent. That's it.
Definitely, sir. So, attendees, I mean, if you have done other than, let's say you're not 12th passed out and you have done your graduation, you can still come, you can still join.
Surely.
Right. And so this is a question that also did come previous also, but it is again same. What are the ethical considerations that UX professionals seek when they do their own work?
Ethical considerations.
Yes, like what all the ethics that UX professionals see, like all in the data, they consume the data, they use the data, right? So what is that one bottom line?
So see, the good part about being a UX designer is that you create for the society. Right. You create for the easiness of the people. And let me tell you one important thing, and that's a good question. I would like to answer this to the audience and tell them that, the world is looking for professionals, tech experts, and designers who can design for people with disabilities.
Right.
Somebody who's blind, somebody who cannot hear, somebody who cannot speak. Can actually they use technology? Answer today is yes. And hence, as designers of tomorrow and as technology experts of tomorrow, it's a big $1 billion business wise. It is a big $1 billion segment where 35% of the global population have some or the other disabilities. If technology can help them, that's the best part. So as UX designers, you have an amazing place to design for disabilities.
Right. And so this last question, it's very common question. Okay, I think it came from Arun also. Just a minute. Sir, I think being a developer with a knowledge of UI UX design, it will be better for a particular individual. Am I right, sir?
Yes, 100%. Like I said earlier also, if you are a combination of developer and a designer, companies are looking for you. I mean, they will come to your home and take you.
And so this
Right.
last question, what the challenges that one can face when they come in the same industry? What are those
All
challenges?
right. Challenges are that even when you are on your toes, it can be a possibility that you are not aware of all technologies. So that is one challenge. But I think we are living in a world where knowledge is free, and at any level, you can actually hone those skills, upgrade it yourself, and then launch. So the challenge is technologies are changing rapidly, and hence we have to change rapidly.
Right. So basically, we need to upgrade. We need to come up
Correct.
own comfort zone. And with this, okay, so this question is again from Aryan Raz. I think one main challenge for a designer would be blockage of idea.
I would say that's not a challenge, because as a designer, you never work individually. You work in teams. There are a lot of brainstorming. There are a lot of discussions, and hence, and generating an idea is not a problem, because when we start observing, which we teach user research, when you start observing local things at your end, you will generate ideas कि हाँ यार ये problem है, मेरे ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स के साथ ये इशू आया, मेरे पेरेंट्स ने ये इशू फेस किया. So ideas can be generated anywhere.
Harsha, could you please brief the question? How good in collaborating my testing skills in design field?
See, testing will always help you, because as a designer, user testing is one very important thing. I'm sure हम सब देखते हैं, we have our mobile applications, and every third or fourth month, there are some major upgrades that happen in our mobile applications or products that we use. That is because of continuous user testing, which happens where a feedback is provided that to how to make it much better, or more useful. And hence, if you know testing, it will definitely help you as a designer.
Definitely, sir. Okay, so I would want to ask if anybody has any question, you can post in Q&A box. And if not, then I would like to take permission from both the experts here. Pushpendra sir, do you want to add anything to the webinar?
No, today we are having very interactive audience.
Yeah.
So
right.
they are
Yeah.
very curious about the field. Although in the beginning, like when the Avajiji was asking, anybody is aware about UX? For 1 or 2 minutes, nobody was replying. So I thought like they are not aware about the digital and the itself field. But they are very. So one more question is coming, I
Right.
think. Prototyping
Right.
works for. Yeah.
Right. Is prototyping work of product designer? Is prototyping is also work for product designers? Sir?
Yes, certainly it is. Prototyping is very important. So prototyping is like skeleton, the first thought of any end product, and hence prototype is going to be very important.
Right. So Aryan, Harsha, if you have any other question, you can post in the chat box. Our experts are waiting for the query so that they can answer. And if not, I think so we're done with the questions. So if not, sir, I would like to take your permission to wrap this webinar up. Abhijit sir, Pushpendra sir.
Slowly.
And with this,
Yes,
I would like to
Himanshi.
thank you, sir. Extend my thanks to both of you for coming in here, for crediting your time, and for giving this nice session. So Harsha also says nice session. And with this, I would like to thank all the participants also for coming in, for joining in, and for giving in. As sir has told that we like today, it was very interactive session. So giving your questions are really appreciated. So with this, I take your leave and meet you soon in the next webinar. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you so
Himanshi.
much. Wish you Godspeed, dear students. Come to LPU. We'll have great time together.
Definitely, indeed.
Thank you so much, Himanshi ma'am, Pushpendra sir.
Thank you,
Pleasure.
Avajiji.
Thank you, sir.